For sure. And why do you think this is meaningful for them, and how does it help them with
Yeah.
building a team and working with them?
Yeah. I've got a couple. One is I think it's a powerful drama reduction act. Just like if you want to have a good meeting, you might have an agenda, you might have someone have rules like a timekeeper or a scribe, like depending on how much discipline you have in your meetings. This is also something you can add to your meeting so that when decisions are flagged on your agenda, you can also decide what the collaborative stance is. And
Hmm.
that tells people right up front how much feedback you're looking for so that they don't end up in the following scenario. And everyone has had this happen at work where a leader has presented a decision and that people in the room gave feedback and then all of it landed on the floor. None of it got used. The thing that the leader said is exactly what happened without any, because it weren't clear that they weren't looking for feedback, right? They didn't
Hmm.
close the loop. And that's a real trust break within a team dynamic. And so when you can say to the most beautiful I ever saw this was a CEO who came into a room and it was clearly a selling decision. They didn't say that, but they had heard from their new private equity owners about a decision, right? So it was not up for discussion.
Hmm.
And they said to the team, we're here today to discuss a decision that's already been made, right? Have
Clear.
let's have your feelings, comments, concerns about it, right? But it was not like, "Hey, what are we gonna change here? How can we undo this?" Right? And they didn't spend time and waste their time and energy on trying to get the decision to be something else or
Hmm.
to provide feedback on it. They were spending their time digesting, processing, and integrating the decision and how they were gonna move forward, how they were gonna tell their teams, right? It was so much more productive and it was really skillful.
It's incredible. It's
Yeah.
incredible. Well, it also gives people a clue as into I like that, even putting in the agenda, training your team on what this all means, how we're going to go about making decisions. And it allows them to know if there's an open door or a closed door here. Like I can speak and I can let my feelings be heard, but I'm not here to try to convince you as the leader that we need to do this a different way if it's been told to me that's not the case. And it's like, okay, a more efficient use of time, perhaps, and gives the expectation set up front.
And then at higher levels, right? Say you're doing testing or consulting and you're clear about that, right? People who are in the room know how much feedback you want. Oh, you want my feedback at the edges, or you want me to help you really envision this, at a wide different array of possibilities for really how much convergence and divergence are we going to have in this meeting before we decide on land on something we agree on, right? So I do think it's clearer, it's explicit, it's that all of that is drama reduction. That's the short term benefit. I think there's a long term benefit as well. And that is as you progress in the size of the company, one of the challenges is to get out of the way of being the person who makes all the decisions. And it's actually really challenging for leaders and founders to empower the team. Right? I was just talking to one of my clients is a 50-person company and they're like, it feels like the team's really passive. And it's like this challenge is they need more scaffolding to get them to the next level of shared decision making. And it's going to be work. And they need to be more clear about and being quieter as leaders, leading less from the front, right? And being clear about what kinds of feedback. And this is the really skillful part. Start small as you build trust with teams at the next level. So it's like if you're moving from selling to testing, right? That like mark up my vision. Don't do it with like the purpose or vision, mission of the company, right? Don't do it with something big.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
it with something small.
Yep.
And then make the turnaround of your feedback and your gratitude for that feedback really quick, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's a small engagement. They can try. What is it like giving you feedback? Did it go well? Oh, they liked it. Okay. Now I have a little more safety and security giving feedback because so many of us have are wounded from giving feedback at prior companies and either not
Mhm.
being listened to or being called a dark cloud or, you know, being told they're wrong or that they're the
Negative. Yeah.
negative. Yeah, all these things,
Mhm.
right? We have a lot of warning out there from giving feedback. And so making that not only the container where feedback is welcome, but also in showing people how to get feedback in healthy ways.
Mhm.
If you give feedback in this way when I've asked for it, it's going to be very well received.